Have you found yourself going into panic mode after you set targets in your business? Now, this is something that's rooted as a deep scarcity pattern in you. There are not enough clients, there's not enough time to meet my targets, there's not enough time for me to meet people, right, who can convert into clients, and there's not enough money in the economy. Have you not seen companies who are prospering regardless of the economic situations because they do not hold the scarcity pattern? The law of supply says there's more than enough supply for everything that you desire. I started selling high ticket programs very soon after I launched my coaching business. How did that happen? Because I was not operating from a place of scarcity. Have you found yourself going into panic mode after you set targets in your business? Of course, you should always go for what it is that you desire in terms of your revenue goals. And this is one of the things that I teach my clients, that go for what it is that you really want, not for something you know how to get or something you think you can get, right? So that's very, very important. But what happens once we've set out our annual targets for the year? We're like, now let's go, 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 right? We go into panic mode because what happens is that we go into this mode of I want to grab the clients as fast as I can. And this is very common with companies who have a lot of competition in their industry. Now, this is something that's rooted as a deep scarcity pattern in you because you're coming from a place of there's not enough, right? There are not enough clients, there's not enough time to meet my targets, there's not enough time for me to meet people, right, who can convert into clients, and there's not enough money in the economy. I think that's a very new one now that's been coming up because of everything that's happening on a global scale. So I want you to understand that it's this scarcity pattern that's actually bringing the situations in your reality that are creating the lack. Now, again, people keep telling me that, Shalini, everybody is facing these problems. But I want you to understand that everybody is sharing this pattern in common, and that's exactly why they are actually experiencing this in their reality. Have you not seen companies who are prospering regardless of the economic situations, right? And they always have their clients. They always have people who want to buy from them. How is that happening? Because they do not hold the scarcity pattern. All right. So when you are somebody who sees yourself saying that now that I've set my targets for the year, I need to start grabbing because the market only has limited amount of customers. The market can only give me so much income. Then I want you to really become aware of the fact that you have a deep-rooted scarcity pattern lying within yourself. Now, I remember the first thing that Bob taught me when I became a Proctor Gallagher consultant. So I want you to know that there are 3,000 Proctor Gallagher consultants across the globe. And we are not the only kind of coaches, right? There are so many coaches in this world. So what's the first thought that came to my mind when I became a coach? There are so many coaches. How am I going to get clients, right? So the first thing that Bob actually taught me was that, Shalini, you have the creative powers to draw to yourself the kind of clients that you desire. And he said that there are not enough coaches to teach people, to change people's lives. And that just put me to rest because it came from a place of knowing that there are so many clients out there for me. And what did he relate this to? He related this to something called the law of supply. So the law of supply is something that he taught me, and now I teach this to the people that I work with, because the law of supply says there's more than enough supply for everything that you desire. It's up to you to tune into your creative powers and call in the supply of whatever it is that you desire, whether it's money, whether it's resources, whether it's clients, whether it's time. Because a lot of us are always also running out of time, right? And we don't feel good about it. We get burnt out. So I want you to understand that if you start implementing the law of supply, then you can actually come out of this deep-rooted scarcity that you may be holding in your field. Because this is exactly the thing that's actually stopping you from getting the number of clients that you desire. In my case, like, I'll give you an example. So I am a Proctor Gallagher consultant, but I am based here in Nairobi, Kenya. We happen to be in a part of Africa called East Africa. Now, do you think there are people here who are going to pay me $10,000 for my coaching? If you ask somebody who holds a deep-rooted scarcity pattern, straight away their answer would be like, but that's too expensive. But guess what? I started selling high-ticket programs very soon after I launched my coaching business. How did that happen? Because I was not operating from a place of scarcity. I was using the law of supply that Bob taught me to understand, that I hold the creative powers to draw to me the number of clients that I desire. So this is what I want you to understand, that if you have set out your annual targets for the year, you have said that these are the number of clients I would love to onboard, or this is the revenue that I want my business to earn this year, then you do not have to start grabbing. You can switch to a place of creation and remind yourself that you can draw to you the number of clients, the amount of revenue that you desire. So your system, when it's operating from panic, is nothing but a result of the scarcity pattern that you have deep-rooted within you. So if you are somebody who is struggling with your business and would like to stop operating from a place of panic, do get in touch with us so that we can help you rewire your scarcity pattern so that you can start stepping into your creative power and get the clients that you desire with ease.